Hello and welcome to another Albion Online Dev Talk. Today it's time to introduce Horizons, Albion's next major update and the fourth in our effort to release one update per season. The Horizons update focuses on two major directions. On the one hand, it's a significant step towards a more lively, accessible and rewarding Outlands experience, as well as a general step towards more challenging PvE in the game. On the other hand, it offers significant quality of life improvements for inventory management and takes a major step towards being able to customize your Albion experience. To top it off, it introduces additional journal content. With the Horizons update, we aim to bring the focus back to the Outlands, the lawless space in Albion filled with constant threats and opportunities. We face several challenges in the Outlands. How do we make this place attractive to solo players and small groups? And how do we make sure that controlling space in the Outlands remains a major asset for guilds? To answer, let's dive right into the features. First, we have the Safe Portal. This experimental gate, found in each portal town, uses a crude replica of Avalonian technology to offer a single-person instant teleportation to a random Outlands cluster within its range. A silver fee is required based on your equipment and items. Players can return through the portal to the city within 90 minutes, or they have to walk back. They also cannot pick up any items from containers or trade with other players. This feature skips the long walks into the Outlands and puts you straight into the action. However, owning a hideout in the Outlands remains a major advantage. The portal also helps spread the population across the Outlands, making remote areas feel more lively. Next, we introduce dynamic solo and veteran mob camps. These camps offer a treasure chest guarded by mobs from the local NPC faction. To claim the chest, players must kill mobs worth a certain amount of fame within the camp. The camps change their location and are active for a limited time. Since the camp's mission can only be completed once, players will need to travel the Outlands to find more. Our goal is to make these camps quite rewarding, so trying to clear all camps in a cluster and moving on to the next should be a viable playstyle. Supporting these camps, we're introducing new crystal creatures, the Crystal Beetle and a Crystal Cobra. And we're increasing the spawn rates for all of them. Additionally, they're now marked only in proximity, not on the entire map. Finally, the rewards have been adjusted based on their higher availability. These changes make crystal creatures a kind of roaming mob for groups, providing a good income rate alongside veteran camps and veteran group dungeons. With the Safe Portal, the dynamic mob camps and the new crystal creatures, we aim to establish new playstyles in the Outlands, offering new alternatives for solo and small-scale players. To add to this, and to increase competition for the inner Outland zones, we're introducing reward and difficulty scaling with cluster quality. The closer to the center, the higher the quality of clusters. We're also rebalancing mob power throughout the game to catch up with recent increases in player power, starting with plus 9% damage and health on tier 5 up to plus 42% on tier 8. Rewards are also increased for these mobs and chests, bringing back some truly challenging PvE to Albion. Excluded from these changes are elite enemies, Avalonians, corrupted dungeon mobs, and Hellgate opponents. Since these changes mostly affect the Outlands value, we're also offering more for Royal Continent players. Some tier 5 yellow zones upgrade to tier 6, and some tier 4 blue zones to tier 5. This expands safe content for players who prefer to avoid PvP, but with the new reward levels in the Outlands, the Black Zone will remain attractive. For those of you worried about the resource influx from these zones, the overall tier 5 and tier 6 resource output from these zones is negligible. And to make improving your gathering abilities in the Outlands more attractive, we're increasing fame gained when gathering in full loot PvP zones. There is also new resource hotspots in the Outlands, which use the same randomization technology as the dynamic mob camps. Lastly, we're updating veteran dungeons. Despite being designed for 5 players, they've become inefficient for groups and far too favorable for solo players. We are returning the focus of these dungeons to their intended group size by rebalancing their rewards and adding a significant group bonus when playing with others. Overall, this should lead to a significant boost for group rewards. Additionally, entrances will now close shortly after opening, similar to solo dungeons, allowing full PvE focus. We know this removes an opportunity for small-scale fights in the open world, so we're introducing a player count indicator in the Outland clusters. It shows a range, not an exact number, but it helps players to gauge how busy a zone is to assess the risk of engaging in PvP combat. We feel this is an essential tool to help players commit to small-scale PvP fights in the open world. In summary, this update brings significant changes to Albion's open world, introducing new gameplay loops, challenges, and a fresh experience. We can't wait to see what you make of these changes when the Horizons update releases. Stay tuned for our next Dev Talks, where we'll cover the rest of this massive update, including new journal categories and some groundbreaking convenience features.